Let's talk to him.
Hello, sir. What are the odds of vote today? Let's go to the other side.
Okay, sounds
Yeah, we did talk specifically about the timing of the vote, more so about what the CBC priorities are, and we're going to be united within our differences because the core values are standing up for those who need the safety net, making sure that there's environmental justice, making sure that we have Medicaid expansion and the child tax credit, and making sure when we look at the infrastructure bill, which is very important to our communities, that we not get divided on our message. So we stay focused on what our needs are to speak directly to the caucus and the president.
But bottom line, do you think this vote should move forward today, or do you think
I think the vote should move forward when we have the people vote for the vote.
you don't think it's there?
I don't know whether it's there yet. I'm not doing the counting, but what I'm making sure of is that we understand what's in the bill. We're excited that there's discussion about a framework that's coming, and I have a lot of trust in this speaker. Here's what I'm okay with. I'm okay with putting the things that we need to provide in it. You know, and is that 3.5 trillion? Is that 2.1 trillion? I'm more interested in the framework and what's in it. And I advise everyone to not get caught up on 3.51 or 2 and miss the market of what's critical right now. And that's what we discussed last night. We also discussed if people were going to vote, if we voted today, and people are concerned about the order of the vote. But there are people that very strongly can't go home and not support infrastructure. So we're going to listen in caucus today. I'm confident that the speaker will bring us the information that we need, and we will vote at the times that we will pass this. Thank you.
As far as to say that. Okay, all right.
Who's the Shaw?
He's shooting a protest at noon, and he's probably going to come feed it to us.
Cool.
Sorry I couldn't get closer to AOC.
No, it's in fact, don't risk losing your credentials. You're not allowed to jump out. There's somebody coming down there.
Okay, good. No, it's all going on the car. Pascal, what do you know? Are we going to have a vote today? Yeah. What time?
Will this framework be enough?
Hey guys. Yeah. Let's go for them. Gonna grab your stuff?
Yes, please. Thank you. Yes. Thank you. And then there were two.
Where are they going? All the way down the end?
This is a stupid game. We're just chasing the team.
We were just told we couldn't.
It's a ridiculous story. I'm surprised Lindsay's keeping it.
Are you guys enrolled or something?
People are moving.
I'm sorry?
People are moving. But not.
What's the prognosis?
It's all good. It's all good. Be happy. Stop looking for the bad stuff. It's going to be good.
Yeah, we'll just get right down here and then we'll answer everybody.
Yeah.
People want me to give you a name.
Get anybody to stop to talk to us. Okay.
Yes, basically.
You're hilarious. You're not.
So I was trying to nicely tell you.
6 or 7 hours.
We're not there.
Talk to him.
Man, what are the odds?
Can you talk to you? So is that we lost? Is that we lost? Lost. So
Yeah.
that was.
Well, we're hoping that that's how you get past that CD review of COVID-19. That might be, yeah, that could be.
She used to have powers.
Could be, yeah, actually, it's good.
You sneak behind, you find what line.
Good luck, man.
Yeah.
I should have just stayed on the pool. I asked George. I gave George a choice.
Is that Giant Hall over there?
What's that?
Who's speaking over there?
David, would you know? Would you be able to pull somebody over and get them talking? Like the guy in the blue shirt there, is he a congressman? We just need sound bites.
Yeah, okay.
And we don't even.
Sure. So what do you think the prospects are today for any sort of framework on Build Back Better and a vote on infrastructure?
All kinds of prospects. I can't answer that question. I think the important thing for almost all of us, everybody here who's being pragmatic, is we have to land both of these bills. And my constituents don't care about the sequencing. They don't care about the timing. They don't care about our egos. They don't care about how anybody's feelings may be hurt around here. They don't care about promises that were made from one member to another member. All they care about is that we pass these things. And everyone's got to put all those feelings aside and focus on the best way to do that.
And you think that's likely?
I still think it's more likely than not, yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So that was Tom Malinowski, New Jersey Democrat.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dave.
I can't stand here.
No, it's fine. We're asking for a freebie.
One helps.
Thanks, man.
Congressman, big win yesterday. How are we doing today?
Listen, day by day. Day by day.
Behind the Sancho. Thank you.
How are things going today?
Let's see. chance of getting Malinowski quotes? Because it turns out we would not mind them.
Yeah.
It is bipartisan. I'm hopeful. We've been talking to folks and trying to talk to them. Members of the staff, talking to whoever we can talk to. I'm hopeful.
I'm getting that. I've requested from our office because we can't right now. At least once we finish the call. But it's easier for the office to watch it.
Oh, I thought you had something.
No, I don't.
Tissue face.
Hey, Christian. I don't know if they want me breaking this. You want to feed something?
Yeah, I'll ask George.
I'll let you deal with it.
Yeah, that's fine. I said I called George.
Greg, are you gonna unplug from the levy right now while?
What's that?
Are you gonna unplug from the levy while Gershon feeds?
No, he's going to call and find out about that. Are we kind of done here or not?
No, but
You know, when
David
I'll
needs
do
to.
well,
Just let somebody else deal with
you
it.
know, I'm gonna take this stuff back to your, because they want me to do it.
Just feed.
Were you rolling on that interview right now?
Yeah.
Could we play it back?
We'll miss everything walking by right now.
Okay.
Shouldn't be part of the negotiation process. We should just keep working.
I'll see you guys.
Okay, sorry, Deshaun. No, sorry, yeah.
Is he gonna feed?
He's going to run it back to the Bureau.
Okay. No, we'll.
So yes or no
No,
on
no,
this?
no. Let's just keep going. We're live.
Yeah, it'll freak everybody out.
Yes, we're live.
Speaker in.
Oh, you already done that. Okay. No worries. I'll head out.
Yeah.
So really, the one that he got was just a random person. I think anybody with a pin, we just stop.
Yeah, good to see you. Sorry. Sorry. Yeah. And you'll read the order.
Like this guy coming down, we'll just go for it.
Midnight. Yeah. Is it a morning run?
Sir, can we talk to you real quick?
Where you at?
Reuters. What? With
Reuters. Reuters.
Reuters.
Yeah.
Okay. What are the odds of a vote happening today?
Just going to try to pull the team together. That's all we're trying to do. Communication and good leadership so that we can do what's right for the country.
When it comes to pulling the team together, does that include the Senate or just the House?
Well, that's got to happen too. They've got to work with that. We've got to take care of our issues first. Take care.
Thanks, sir. Any oh, he was
You know, if you get somebody to stop the ball, and they pop it up on the other side.
have to remember that trick. You know, take your jacket off. He could. You know, take your jacket off. Probably try to do this.
Hey, Jonathan. Hey, I have a quick request to pass on to Zach. Is there a way to get the clip of the interview, not the one that we just did, but the one before that, to send over to Zach? It was no one else, taller guy.
Last night he like ran away from us basically on the first
and, yeah. Okay, so if we, like, going back to the tape, it's not the one that we did, like, 2 minutes ago, but the one that we did before that.
So I mean, there might be
He's on camera, and he talks something about, like, my constituents don't care about this, they just want things to be passed. Yeah, it's David Morgan. Thank you. Appreciate it.
I was reading.
There's time for me to get back.
Okay.
turn the camera the other way.
Showing them it all in. Let's stop this thing. Julie, let's stop this thing.
And can we talk to you real quick?
I'm going into my house right now. But no,
So actually, the only hope we have is the people that choose in turn. Yeah. Okay, here comes somebody.
How are you? Good, how you doing?
Sir, can we talk
to you real quick?
Just what is your goal going into this caucus right now? What are you expecting to hear?
For me, is immigration, some level of immigration relief. I know that we've been shut down twice by the parliamentarian, but if we are going to engage in economic recovery, we can't leave out the people that brought the food to our doors, that took care of our frail seniors, and that worked the fields to make sure we have vegetables and fruits on the table. We got to have them in there.
At this point, are you confident there will be a vote on infrastructure today?
Don't know. I'm going to find out right now.
Do you think there should be?
Let's see.
Who that? Who that? I think it's Stu. Good job, man. Looks like you've done this before. It's like when you grew up in the state. That's not issues that we just put about. It's like a Texas soundbite, right? Yeah.
There's no wind down. Well, maybe.
I'm gonna change battery real quick. Took me long. I don't see anybody down there.
Honestly, I thought it was pretty bad over here, but there'd be like a Senate situation.
We're not going way over there.
Yeah, I'll take this over that.
Yeah.
If possible. No, they were just yeah, there's people. Yeah. But you needed like two people. You needed somebody to follow the elevator and somebody to run up around.
Right.
This is actually where the Supreme Court.
So it's right at the two of the lower elevators there? Before you go into the ramp into Visitor Center or the other way?
I went around the back way, from this side. You know, like, if you go to the center staircase.
So they were in some of the Senate white offices, you know?
Yeah, it's a whole kind of like,
Really?
no,
Should have Let's try to get this guy.
it's perpendicular to it.
Sir, you got a second?
Ears hurt today from the mask. Too many hours of the mask on.
More pizzas. What the hell are those?
I don't know. I wasn't able to figure out exactly who the guy was. It might have been.
I was about to ask him, but then she stepped in with the second question. I was just going to say, you know, because the mask is a scholarship district.
Next thing you have. When they call you, you'll be here for the answer. You went around to that stakeout, right?
I mean, I could just.
Yeah.
She would know.
The way my question.
But like, as soon as they're done, I'll go back.
What's the guy we're talking about immigration? So what? The guy, the immigration.
Oh, what was his name? I don't know. Texas?
I don't know if she went back.
Yeah.
She wrote up something on
He's not anyway.
Not
or if,
This is, you know, having done this to us, it's unique Republican, you know, kind of thing that's going on where people are able to put up with it.
Best place to get a question.
Limited. No. Worst place to get in the way the bills are advanced. If everything works out, it's great. It may be some payday. You know, Britain's going through the same thing.
I did, yeah.
We had it in a trash can and the bag inside of that. I've seen that
Julio, the nice thing about our bad position here is that when it's over, we're the first people they hit.
Oh, yeah.
So justice will be reversed when they leave.
Anybody
Looking forward to that.
any leadership for staff?
Yeah, why not?
They don't. If they don't stop at the poll with leadership, they're not good. You're not worthy of an interview. You're not there.
That's actually what they want us to do. Like presumably, the unilateral cameras are here to stand up to the police and have votes. Like how we want that to show and just. I think, I don't know. I agree.
Close that, you got a second?
I know.
We're all out the door. You think something's standing? I go down to the you look over there.
Yeah. Oh, that's smart. Yeah. I agree.
How many cameras are there?
There were 3, we were in the 4. Okay, cool. Thank you.
And if wind up there, you don't have to be down there when members come back and they're making the comments. Deal with all that stuff.
We should discuss later.
Your report attorney.
Yeah. Next time, you guys have one smoke.
Okay, guys.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I should definitely, we don't do it, Russell would do something like that. I mean, I guess the problem is I'm always tied up running around storing something like that. But I really like what's out of it. Whoever's going behind it.
Well, you want to
Right there. I was like,
yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Okay.
Give it a shot. Some kind of pin you can figure it out.
Yeah, I don't know what that one's for. I think it might be Capitol Police.
Yeah.
Because I've seen some representatives flanked by 2 or 3 people with the square.
Yeah, so maybe they're Capitol security or maybe they're just assigned to them by their state government. And then they're pinned by the Capitol Police as being official security for them. I don't know how that works. Good question. Thanks for your guidance, Lindsay. Thank you.
Oh, you had a quick question. What's the square pin?
With the Capitol?
It might be, like the security.
Security, yeah.
Like that was,
I figured because you're monitoring. Appreciate it.
No problem.
A little inside information.
These meetings can sometimes turn contentious, sometimes they're pep rallies, sometimes they're more like therapy sessions where you might have members bringing up their grievances about one another, about the process, some of that aimed at leadership. And sometimes you have leadership coming in and they have a plan and trying to corral and run like I said, like a pep rally and get everyone fired up about the direction they're going to go. The question this morning, which direction do we think this meeting is? It's on more meeting just given the fact that there's not an obvious way out of this that can be decided just by Democratic custom.
Looks like a cocktail party down there. Yeah. Sounds like a cocktail party down there. Or a house party or whatever.
Everyone's inside.
Yeah, I think our shoot is going this direction pretty soon. Let me come behind you. What are you doing there? It's all the same.
Sir, can we talk to you real quick? Okay.
Oh, I'm just trying to call you. So sorry. He just texted me. He said it's running late. I know. I was so excited because I'm partially responsible. But it was nice he texted me. He's very conscious of it. Yeah, we can maybe do it later today, depending on how we're eating or not. I mean, well, some have the He wanted him this morning, which is why I reached out to him. Tom wanted him this morning, which is why, yeah. And then I said, this is 11. What I'm worried about is your call at 11:45. You wanted to go to the camp. You have something? Okay, I'm just on the other side. So let's see what they say. Alright, but you don't need any sort of... Yeah, just message me if you want. That's fine.
Hey man, what I missed? Who's come out?
Pelosi came by.
What'd she say?
She's wanting to know what to do. Asked if we want to teach
So nobody's come out. We're still waiting for the first meeting.
Yeah, no, we're still waiting for the meetings.
But people do use the restroom, so it's kind of weird. They come out and they avoid us. You'd think they'd have their own restroom. Yeah. Better way to get there.
Sir, can we talk to you real quick before you go inside?
I want to go in first, thank you.
We'll talk to you when you come
Can I
out.
talk to you when you come out?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. We control the men's room, by the way. One soundbite gets you into the restroom. That's what we should do, is just block the restrooms. You want in there real bad? Well, you're going to have to talk to them. This goes all the way down to the corner.
What hallway are we in?
This is like, it's actually the former exterior. Oh, no, it wasn't the exterior, but when you come down, did you come down the center steps?
I did, yeah.
You notice you're actually outside the old building. You know what I mean? Like, this is all built out over the many years. But this part, I think, is the previous old part. One day I read all these, I was super bored where I read all these pictures. Actually explains it all. Go down the whole hallway. These photos. Actually pretty cool. Look at all the services. This whole place is stuffed with service.
But it's so that we urgently he's fine. He's really, really nice. Here. Yeah, I know. This is kind of halfway on Really? He's so like, it's kind of like, he's all I don't get up at home. Yeah, I was doing it at home. Oh, well, like, I do need it probably like 3 years ago. But, like, we're starting, I didn't start cooking. Okay. Sometimes it's 6. But, like, stay excited. Yeah. But I'm sure it's like good to it's like you can do weird things like board if you want.
Oh, here we go.
We're talking. Sir, how's it going inside? We're hoping.
Okay. So that's gonna go.
Where you want to go?
Okay, stand by. Game's on.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Joe mentioned, but then the danger was not as great.
Numbers start to come out. You guys see on this side of the hallway.
You see the car in the car goes by. But I used to drive a boat. Man, they get so much shit for that boat. I guess it's weird.
I'll see ya.
The boat is far less expensive than almost any house in Washington. But it's big. I don't know much about that shop. It seems pretty exotic.
Okay, so I'll speak down. Go stay there, people.
Well, there's a limited number of silks.
He said he said package, but it's still.
Can we talk to you?
I know
Meeting's still ongoing.
Is there definitely going to be a CR on the highway extension?
Meeting's still on.
All right.
They should have a little flag.
If we negotiate, we should get a soundbite in exchange for access to it.
Yeah.
Any updates on?
Sir, how's the meeting going?
There's going to be a 30-day extension today for several
Yeah, right. She's a little fatigued, but she was able to like send me a feed yesterday. Yeah, I don't know like when she came back. I'm sure like she's talking to her doctors and stuff. But, I've never worked with anybody about who's actually gotten it and like in terms of like the days that you have to like when you get vacation. I have no idea. She told me yesterday that she shares with 2 roommates. She's been literally in her room the whole time, not even going outside. She's like, well, my roommates probably go outside like double masking and just like go walk around.
Oh, that they
like outside and not she's like, I don't know. I was like, I'm not a doctor, but like that was 14 days.
You should not believe any amount of
Has it actually been 14 days?
No, I don't know. That's why, yeah.
Howard now. Howard did look so
So it's very
The idea that there will be a vote today.
I'm glad that you guys were all.
No way. What's the rush? Well, their deadline. Why don't they just live with that and figure it out on a weekday?
Majorities of employers, maybe that work for the people. Like,
I mean, that's on the third track. It's a separate policy.
no, I don't.
They're mad because they want to do one of these.
I do too.
I started it.
Oh, okay. That's unfortunate.
Get to eat lunch immediately when I'm back.
What?
I get to eat lunch immediately when I'm back. Versus the normal caucus have to like painfully wait.
Yeah,
We're just gonna know our bags are.
I was gonna say like,
They're
I
gonna
feel
be
like
all
11:30.
We're gonna be stuck here until we can
And before then.
Well, I'm
So we
next
just
to
use
the
their
conversation, otherwise I will need to leave a snack. I like to hold on on it. That's when I know I will die and grab it. That's obvious.
I mean, I think
there's some food bags in the back. I see people, yeah, get all our stuff, I guess, yeah. Get free of that.
It's funny that he wants to stay in Washington instead of like wanting to use his constituents.
I know, it's kind of an ironic thing.
Yeah, but it's like a sacrifice.
Yes.
I'm staying in this, I'm staying in this nasty small town for you.
The frontliners all want to be in next week.
Yeah, that way you're in the lead, you know what I mean?
No way if they're here.
We don't.
You don't want to take a break?
No, I just wanted to get our food with our bags over here.
Okay.
I'm saying it might make sense for you to be on my left.
Is that what we can get right here?
My favorite one is the roll call headlines. Like something covers the place ball.
Yeah, try to get them to stop. So I like this light here. It's like our free light right here. It's good.
Yeah. So I want to stick with that.
They're like, it's totally separate from what's going on within.
Banana one, have a cheese.
But there's also.
I'm like,
Yeah, I
oh
know
shit, dude.
that's great that you like, have you been doing it before?
And I don't know, I just feel like there's no better way to like learn.
I love it. We had an intern in the class. She was like, she caught the congressional reporter bug. And I was like, how does that keep your head? What's the like? I love that you love this.
I didn't realize it was up there.
I'm just going to use the restroom and I'll come back. We don't want to be talking long.
I'm a former intern who is actually when I was like
my colleague has
breaking his brick, and he is applying to schools, and he asked me right I sort of supervise him. He's an intern, and I've never I just go to like one of my first editors, and I'd be like, yes, have fun. Actually, no one's called me. But yeah, I mean, my mom has a business that she writes letters of recommendation, and I usually edit them. But it's a little different. Yeah.
That's so nice.
Yeah. He's got like this cool email, like why, and I just trying to know that idea.
Yeah. So that was,
Actually, I was gonna say
like your first like advice on my first there are people
But yeah, I always, I mean, I did journalism school in combining the political science degree because it, like, we got the connection with the professor. You know, it was kind of like a back and forth.
Like, I feel like if people like don't do anything,
Totally.
like that's if you're going to get a job, unless you can do like.
What did you major in?
Oh yeah, I did later, but I did my college.
Where did you go? Oh, I just went to Oberlin.
Oh really? Yeah. But probably.
Yeah, she graduated from so I went to the nurse stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
It was during the summer. Okay. We got one of those like the super giant like the bike shop, but it's also co-op.
Yeah.
I was like, this is a new concept to me. So I just like, she had to go to work. She was like in the laboratory, and I just rode bikes around. She's like, hey, just find whatever bike you see, go ride it around. I'm like in the cornfield. It was great.
I love it.
She was mixed. She had like, she started, went there for field hockey actually, but did a lot of it. So jumped up the team and got hurt. I think she overall had a good experience.
Oh no.
I think college is going to be rough for her. But
I loved it.
do you think you guys are going to
There is a restaurant. The public is allowed to go there. So that's, I think you need to use their reservations on so.
These two places already got.
Is there a bar? Is there a bar? Doesn't it get very does it have a bar? All you can do is go to the tune in and fortunately it's the best bar in Washington.
They're still going.
It's my dog.
Cool.
She's outside.
She's dragging the whole rig with her. I love it when they do that. She's like, I'm taking the whole thing.
Yeah. Well, it's because it's easy to catch them afterwards.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they just have to run past you and just back to grab the leash, not the dog.
It slows it down too. It's like having a governor on the engine.
Sounds like it's gonna be hockey buttocks.
Here we are again.
Can we swap spots?
Yeah, sure.
Going it live to a lot of
Oh,
the
yeah,
newsrooms.
yeah, of course.
Thanks, man.
Sunday night.
why did it like the comments are so now. I think the one thing there's just some things of course like that's what I'm but I don't know if it's like the members themselves spreading it or they actually got it. Jesus. It's on the houseboat. Oh my god. Actually, DC weather is like kind of Arizona like this. I love it right now. It's like the one time. Yeah. I love it. How do you think?
Let me know if you want a break.
No, it's just easy work. You got the hard part.
Standing?
Well, you got to make sense. I can't make sense. So it's better for you to be a producer. I know the story. You see me keep up all the stories.
Because I'm keeping up on
Right?
Get up.
Can't leave it.
Now you right on that one because you showing up on it.
No problem, let me know.
Yes, sir.
I mean, I don't, you know better than you make them a lot. I mean, you were here for like months. What if no? Was that the only one she was going to look at? That wasn't even let fail. It did fail. Because like Baker would let folks go. Like, Farmville, like, I actually never really knew if it was intended to fail. I mean, I would know, but like, maybe it's oh, that's fine. Yeah, but the farm bill was not on there. That was yeah, they set up. Oh yeah, you got yeah, after I saw her, I was like, okay, well,
I figured you would be in here somewhere. I was like, let me look this time I walked by. I stopped the phone.
Okay, and then is my interview out of the radio or I feel like every time we're having meetings, no, like, you know, someone gave us a sit down. We're going to do a phone call. I said, no, you have 2 days to sit down for you.
Does the dog go to see the in-laws? Does the dog go to see your girlfriend's in-laws?
Yeah, they love her. They absolutely love her.
Big hit, I'm sure.
They take care of her whenever we're out of town, which is surprisingly often.
How are you feeling about the negotiations going? I wish they were faster, but they are.
How do you feel about
They may have gotten a little bit of that. They are faster.
Angie Craig just said, I'm proud of you. He didn't use any swear words in the video.
Batteries.
By the way, I haven't told you, congratulations. That happened. It was very secret. I don't know. I didn't know until I saw it on Facebook.
It's cool, we have that anyway.
Yeah. peel off one by one.
I think I know how I'm gonna get Castro's attention. I'm gonna talk to him.
There you go. You should do it. He's on a restroom break, right?
I sorry, 1 year.
Oh, I see. I thought you meant this guy. Who we spoke to? Looks like. Should try it anyway. He seems pretty chatty.
Hey,
Want to get our own independent bite?
I don't know. Well, I'm standing outside. Oh my god, girl, I want to go to a horror show. Soon, like before, you know. Yeah, I'm outside. Just like, I'm just outside hoping that. Because I found out other people are not interested.
I would hope. Just rely on the.
Okay. Alright, thanks.
I don't have a great sense of what I'm able to do. I mean, I imagine if we're not doing that like
Yes, yeah.
going in, but like didn't say. You know, he was like, I like working past yeah, something like that. I think, you know, it's Friday.
lovely. How lovely. Beaches, great.
Okay, I'm like, we're standing.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of here.
You know, he
Yeah,
left.
yeah,
right?
I can.
Yeah, that's
No, I
not.
have nothing.
That was.
How much longer do you think?
Yep. Wow.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Hi.
Appreciate it. Señor Castro, un momento.
So here's one.
Yeah, that was fucking Castro.
He didn't stop there.
You what?
He did not stop there either. Here comes somebody.
resolution or plan for votes today, or?
Well, I'm going to just give you what I believe is going to happen.
You want to ask them questions.
Well, we should
Stop
they
that.
should stop. People need to stop.
Yeah.
They can't hold it.
Yeah, and
Not what I'm talking about. What do you what's going on? You're gonna vote today. I don't think we should take one. What else we might? What's going on? How much? No, it's oh no. Yep. I'm just mixing up there two of them.
Yes, what's his name? Now Senator Bailey.
Like we used to have
Jackson.
We used to use the it's been a while. Oh, I went over. House was out this week. Whatever week I was ready to destroy it. I was writing something about and I went over to Senator and I got there. And it's like, you want to ask me about teaching? I was like, yeah. I remember that. I can't remember what it was. I can't remember what it was. But it was good. Yeah, they put out a last year. Yeah, he was 2018. He was teacher hero. And they got him to run. They begged him to he just got on the first. And this year they begged him to do it. And I guess he got on it. Maybe give or take a seat.
That's fine.
This is the cut.
Don't block guys on I'm sure you might be able to get something. Not there. Keep going.
What's that?
Is it Jayapop?
Say what?
Yeah. Okay.
Let me get back behind you. Pass by, thank you.
Okay, how are you?
How are you feeling about maybe voting today?
Working.
I mean, I got a phone as in for an edit.
Yeah. For them to tape and use.
Yeah, sure. How big your school is. And theoretically, we decided to be down here, so we're kind of dipping into two things.
This is the place where we should be.
What's that?
I think this is where we should be.
Yeah.
What are we going to do?
Yeah, one duplicate. Yeah.
Okay.
Forget, never mind. I thought he was coming back.
That's like we outdated like 5 years later.
Now we know. Security.
Ma'am, have you got a second? $1.5 trillion Are you from? Yeah. No, I'm from about 10 That's right. Yeah.
I'll send you the whole audio.
Worked really hard. I should be here this weekend. In the house over
I feel like
She did say there's been more progress made in the last 48 hours than you know, I think we don't know that, but it could be a good Friday.
I'm just shooting everything that happens. Even if it's absurd. Like a lamp in a chair.
Did Jaya post stuff over here too? Yeah. What did she say?
Incoming.
You can tell, like, I don't get how this one. Do you mind if I walk with you?
What's up? Oh, bad. Order what? Oh, yeah, no timeline on when they're going to do the service.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah, probably he's. I think he did scrum with it. They already did it. They probably need to figure out when they're going to do that sooner rather than later because transportation department.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's cool.
It's cool. It is like
It only works for the
the
house.
rest of the federal government.
And it's not all DOT, it's the employees who are associated with managing these contracts.
Yeah, the one that says, yeah.
She has really good franchise. Oh, she did. I feel like, no, but it's not.
There were a whole story saying the five yesterday, I guess. I got you. Actually, fewer of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Caucus.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you get five people, let's see. I'm just being like, yeah, like that. But I don't yeah.
Right, that's the thing.
It's like the 8 to 10 at 40 years old. People underestimate how incredibly hostile she is, how much she hates her job. People know that, right? But like,
So does anyone know?
she doesn't want to hate Senator. She hates fighter for nothing.
Does anyone
I mean, I feel like she likes Senator. Let's caveat that.
He wants out here.
She may be actually doing the job, but possessing the privileges therein. I was so blown away by Frank Thorpe. What do you say to progressives who are wondering where you are? I'm in the Senate. Yeah. No, really. I'm right by his elevator. I get the feeling you're not a big fan. You are hostile. You are just hostile. Revision to treat the rich as hostile. It's just, yes, this is also.
They're pretty good about that, but I guess there were a bunch of girls that were outside. Right. Wait, no.
This one's got coffee.
Sir, can we talk to you for a second?
Hey, Congressman.
How's it going?
Nice try.
So, Jack, I'll sit you here over the weekend.
Who's that at the top of the steps? Who's that at the top of the steps? Is that Barbara Lee? What's her name? Seal Johnson. I always mix that up.
Right, but yeah, I mean, I think we can guess what it is. It's smart not to say it. Oh yeah, they've done a great job playing on our
So yeah, basically pushes it out and then released a month before there's like third party pregnancy. But the other thing is that you just get them third extension. There's ways to. And also you need a so like it's a problem, yeah. Right for a decade, like 5 years. Like the risk of or you time it so like a lot of the like travel time and like when the letters side inspection are set to expire in 2026. So you set these things to expire at the same time. like Republicans, Democrats were just gonna, I think Republicans want to keep this thing, your guys did, we're gonna also want to do this stuff for our guys. I mean, yeah, they could. Or just. The thing though, like which three climate change
AOC left.
So what?
AOC left.
Yeah, they can go out the other door and go by the other crew.
No, it's good. It's actually good.
No.
I got a coffee at work. Well, this food would be over. Yeah.
Are you taking photos? After dark, I was using the sleeping on our feet all day. We're doing great.
No. Is your job here at Politico on the slow side of yeah. Oh, this is E&E specific.
Is this no, it's like use your mom. Are you taking photos? Oh, sure, yeah. I figured,
Amy is good. Oh, no.
There's a lot of Tax goats is he said goats, but like got translated as goats. Oh my god, I hope you're reading this tax goats. I did you guys do the monthly political yesterday? Yeah. Apparently we're doing well and we still have our mass rates. It was all about how everyone's moving their revenue on the sales side. So what is that?
Fantastic. Yeah,
Like the auto captioning? Yeah. You said tax. Tax code. When you meant to say tax. You said tax code. You said tax code. But it came out as tax codes. Oh my god. This is hilarious. Oh, then what's more funny is like.
Is this that saying, I didn't read it.
I don't know how to subscribe to this guy. He's pretty high up, isn't he? In Reuters. Do you know who it is?
No.
Yeah.
It's like part of training and onboarding.
Yeah. It's endless. He's all getting, well, it's all the same hour.
Well, click on one of those.
Yeah.
See who it was sent to that you got.
Yeah, no.
You've been added to.
No, it's just all the new people. Ted Jackson. They're trying to go to the bathroom.
Can't stop looking at some of them. And then
Oh my God. Family businesses are they run on Sunday. My grandma had to open like literally. Like the greatest of all time. We had tax returns. Yes. Like us same day together. And the next day, yeah, Carol goes everywhere.
Literally the only good thing that happened this week.
And then their other daughter.
I mean, you can tell he's like, you know, really.
Thank you.
I never totally sure what it
It should be, if it could have been funnier, I would why is it like going nuts? Oh my god. Like, oh my god, my cousins, my cousin's girlfriends, like, I say two back, both had kids. I mean, if we like girlfriends, if we are like 3 days out, we'll get that down. No, but I think they should find like hire them to hate each other. Just talk to them. Give the try to feel the power of like raise that like make it not a political thing anymore. All right.
I think people are coming out.
The entire world is recession.
Sorry, can we talk to you?
Use bathroom.
Sir, how's it going in there?
Yeah. What's the mood? Nobody.
Somebody else.
Ma'am, how's it going in there?
I'm using the ladies'
Oh, okay. Yeah, that seems to be a popular thing right now.
It's going very well. We don't know about someone dug a tunnel.
Awesome. What did they do?
Yeah. I'm concerned about that.
Ma'am, how's it going in there?
They're all doing the same thing. At least now we know how long it takes for a cup of coffee to go through a kidney.
Okay. So how's it going in your
Family conversation. We know we need to boost infrastructure, infrastructure. And the only question is when, whether it's today or whether it's in the next few weeks. I'd be supportive of voting for both of those today if I had the opportunity. I have the fastest growing district in the nation, as you know, in Central Florida. So we need infrastructure, and the revenue package is actually treats our district pretty fairly. So. But we're still having that conversation right now, so.
Are you guys going to do the 30-day extension of the highway funding today?
I don't know.
And then I guess potentially going to split the big bill for the president? If it's a big week, you know, this is his everything that he's looking to do. What is at stake if we don't get this done?
I don't think it's all or nothing today. Ideally, it would be done today. But 2-3 weeks from now, even if it was done then, after you all covered it in a very emotional and important way, which is critical, the Americans can still be pleased with what the president has done. Thank you so much.
Has there been any mention of splitting the bill?
Well, something.
Thanks. Sorry, I caught that too late.
Sir, how's the mood inside?
Hey, we got Soto very briefly. He didn't really say a lot. It still did sound like he basically said like, if it's possible things today, I would do it. Like I asked him for 30 day extension, like I have no idea the situation. He basically, and I said like, what's at stake? This, when the president's agenda. I don't get that.
Stand by, it's coming.
Do this like pieces.
See him?
Okay, so we have something. So I feel like we could use it in some capacity. So yeah.
Sir, has there been mentioned splitting
trying to find people. Okay. Okay.
Still waiting for Karen?
Yeah.
Ma'am, how's it going inside?
Pardon me?
How's it going inside?
You know, I wish I could talk to all of you. This is going to get done. We're going to pass both bills. We are on a path to having this completed. And it's going to be transformational for the American people. We're going to do the bipartisan infrastructure bill. We're going to do the Build Back Better bill. It is going to get done. This is the president's agenda, and it's going to happen. And if you all want the story about disarray among Democrats, that is not the story. The story is that the vast number of Democrats in the House, in the Senate, and we want to strengthen our bargaining position as much as possible with Manchin and Sinema in the Senate and get this thing done, and we will. And I just think that the kind of, the story that many of you want to write is about how we don't agree and, the Democrats can't get it together. That is just not the case.
So if we're speaking of progress, have there been any mentions of splitting the bill in half, past one half now, one half later?
This is a negotiation right now. There was, the president had more than 3.5 trillion, and then it was 3.5, and then Manchin throws out a number. But ultimately, I believe that even Manchin, Senator Manchin, wants to get this done. And so we are in a good place to negotiate right now. And, that's the story. It is absolutely going to happen. The infrastructure bill wasn't going to pass yesterday. Oh, then everyone here would have had a field day about that. But that's not the story. The story is motion forward. We are on a path. We're going to do something on the not the infrastructure bill. The what do you call it? Yeah, and that's going to get done. I don't know exactly what day, but we're going to do that. We're going to extend for 30 days to make sure that we have that bill. So I don't know. I don't know that right now.
What was Speaker Pelosi's message to the room?
The message was unity. It was strategy. It was that we can do this. We don't want to send out some kind of message of, that yes, there's some people who may disagree. But she never bet against Nancy Pelosi. That is my advice to all of you. She is the smartest strategist, and at the end of the day, everyone will be proclaiming that. Because we're gonna do this. So I just that's all.
On Medicaid, Congresswoman.
I'm sorry. Are you staying here this weekend? Are you guys working for the weekend?
I don't know that. I don't know that. I don't know dates. I don't know times. I know where we're headed and where we're going to get to be. I think a lot of people would be willing to stay. I think it's going to take some time to get a bill agreed to, the Build Back Better bill. What?
So no vote today.
We're not going to have a vote today. On that, no.
Congressman, so here's a question. Senator Manchin has talked about he's, pro-life. He supports the Hyde Amendment. Obviously, the traditional Medicaid program, that's funded by the appropriations. When that comes back for final passage, it's going to have the Hyde Amendment on it. But there's this piece of the Medicaid expansion, the reconciliation bill. Hyde Amendment doesn't apply. Is that something you could tolerate? Obviously, that
you mean to have
that the Medicaid expansion would be covered under the Hyde Amendment as well as it?
No, we don't want the Hyde Amendment in there. Historically, and I want to tell you that
is no deal better than the Hyde Amendment.
I want to say something too about that too. A historic vote took place in the House of Representatives. Never before in the history of our country has there been a pro-choice House of Congress that voted that way. And then what did a reporter say to me? Well, it's not going to pass the Senate. Do you understand the momentum that is built? Women are watching. This is going to affect the election next year. This is huge. We are a pro-choice country.
And I think there are very strong views on
And for him to bring this up, I can't imagine how a provision like that could pass the bird bath anyway.
But could you tolerate that that compromise? Is no bill better than a bill that doesn't have the Hyde?
I want to tell you something. This idea isn't something better than nothing. So many of Americans have been in the nothing category. They've been waiting for something. They've been told to compromise. Your turn will come, and then it hasn't. And that goes for women too. Something's better than nothing. To give away our reproductive rights? Are you kidding me?
Did Speaker Pelosi explicitly say there's not going to be a vote on the bipartisan infrastructure bill today?
Yes. Well, I don't know if she explicitly said it, but there's not going to be a vote today on it. There's a reason there wasn't going to be a vote today. It would not have passed. And yesterday, today, whatever the first date was, no, it's not going to.
And I assume you're one of the progressives that is not. You're one of the progressives that doesn't want to vote for this until you get more on reconciliation.
But I'm totally willing to do that. The net in terms of climate on the the bipartisan infrastructure bill it's a negative. It's a negative. It actually contributes to climate. I'm going to vote for that because we're going to have a bill that is robust on the climate crisis.
But you're not ready to vote for it until the reconciliation bill?
No. Because we won't get a reconciliation bill, I believe, if we vote for the infrastructure bill.
So what will you vote today? Just maybe an extension on the highway funding?
I think it's the highway funding.
Did you guys
I don't know if it's even going to be today.
Did you guys talk about the debt ceiling as well?
Well, we voted for the debt to raise the debt ceiling. That's done in the House.
It's probably going to have to go through reconciliation. It's the Senate first now.
You know why they want to put it in reconciliation? Because it'll look like the Democrats add another $700 billion or whatever, and most of it, almost all of it, is from the Trump administration. That's their big plan.
Do the Democrats have a plan to go forward reconciliation?
You know what? We didn't talk about that today.
Okay.
We didn't. We voted.
I'm asking because Fitch is saying if they're getting quite worried, and it could potentially mean a sovereign downgrade.
Think of that. That is
later.
legislative malpractice to say we're not going to pay our bills. Well, what does that say to the American people? You get your credit card bill and you say, nah, I don't think so. I'm not going to pay for that. I mean, it's just irresponsible. It's unbelievable that they would make this into a partisan battle. Thank you. I feel better.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, but it was.
Okay.
She sort of said.
You got that started. Good job.
Kind of implied it, but didn't actually.
She's ready to go.
5 minutes. They're coming out, y'all.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was almost therapeutic for her.
Some catharsis.
You can tweet that. I mean, she said maybe say something like clarifying that that's okay.
Fun and playing in the audience.
check out the
Listen to three in a row.
All good news.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought? I think it seems like they've been unmuzzled. Incoming. Here comes one. Comes on.
Sir, can we talk to you for a sec?
Okay, folks. How you doing?
Doing well. What's the mood inside?
I'm sorry?
What's the mood inside?
It's dynamic.
Very careful choice of words.
I think I get it. You're wearing a mask, right? So my other trick is usually, do you remember which district you're on?
Yeah, that's the one I use. Which is, yeah, just, you know, you shouldn't be expected to know 4,000 districts. That was always rough.
Are they asking for you?
No, I couldn't do another thing to me. Somebody kept me that.
Something funny? I just still can't get over, there's one thing that's made this entire week. I think you made it Which way are you going?
Anyone who says like yes, I expect.
You did a general story, you did more of the hot stuff? I heard your house, you know about that.
I think you should rush.
Yeah, I mean, I have a feeling like that's just the basic thing, like, connections, basic connection.
Yeah, I was surprised.
Yeah.
I was like, I put it, I shredded on my, put in my entire form.
That's basic credit for him. And it's also.
This is, I mean, it's like, he didn't.
Yeah, but that's not a Medicaid. Yeah, yeah, no, I mean, that's the type of thing, it's like, yeah, but like, you're sending money to states and locals and like whatever. Yes.
If you just do that, I think it costs money.
Yeah, I mean, that's it's easy to do. Yeah, I think that's I don't remember this from the glory days of 2013. Peter P. Goggles.
Yeah, no, this does have a
How did it go in there?
When I walked by this morning, someone asked me, do you think we're going to have a bill today? I said no. If you ask me today, I feel a little more confident that we might.
But are you still not quite a yes on having a bill today? Maybe.
I mean, I can't say, you speak for everyone in the caucus. I mean, I think one person put it well. I mean, in terms of a framework that we need to see between the House and the Senate, are you willing to go with a preponderance of the evidence level of confidence, or clear and convincing, or beyond a reasonable doubt? I think most people want clear and convincing evidence that a framework can be achieved around budget reconciliation. That's what's working, what leadership is working on right now.
Good thing there are enough lawyers in there that everyone understood it.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
What are some of the things that are being discussed that might be taken out of the 3.5 bill?
Everything needs to be in there. I mean, we're not going into right now deciding, hey, we're taking this out. That was not a negotiation, session. This was a recommitment to everything from pre-K to tuition to child care. So we're not at the point right now where we're saying taking things out.
Did you have a message for your caucus, or were you more in listening mode?
I'm in a listening mode.
Yeah.
I am very undecided.
Yeah, okay. Thanks so much. Just I'm sorry.
They're missing their vote. This is it.
Ma'am, what was it like in there?
We're making progress.
So what's the word on what's going on in there?
It's convenient he's got some rain.
I know, right?
Ma'am, what was the mood in there?
We're getting there.
How?
We're listening to each other. We're getting there.
Is this white smoke or black smoke?
We're not talking on it now, so.
Well, she just said we're not burning each other.
Ma'am, can we talk to you for a sec? What was it like in there?
Like a happy family.
Anthony Brown. Anthony Brown.
Man, you're good.
Peter DeFazio talked about it in broad terms. You might want to talk to him. He raised that issue.
On the sped side.
Ma'am, what were the conversations going on?
Plenty more to go.
Ma'am, how did the meeting go?
It's funny, they all kind of have a different philosophy. Who's that guy?
Wherever they are, they decide not to.
Well, you know what happens is their journalist goes down here and walks them quietly. And they walk them to the camera. I've seen that twice now. It's like, who are all the other people doing?
Sir, how was the meeting inside?
Good family discussion.
Good family discussion. What kind of family?
What time this afternoon is everyone?
Meeting at a time.
Okay.
How was the brunch spread?
Which end do you
Could you talk to us really quick? Sure. Awesome. How's it going in there? Are you guys any closer to any kind of deal or?
Yeah, I mean, I think the legislative process is complicated, and I know when I have, with all the years I've spent here, you have to make sure that you're going through a process where you can build consensus, and that's exactly what we're doing right now. We're going to get there. I'm confident we're going to get there. It may not be what everybody's heart's desire is, but the legislative process never is. What I always like to say is that you have to define success sometimes as being incremental change. I mean, if you compare what we went through during the ACA debate, which was much more gut-wrenching, so much more felt like it was at stake, because when you're dealing with people's health, it is literally life and death in so many cases. We got there. We got there with about 10 or 12 different very controversial issues. Same predictions, same headlines, but we got there.
There Democrats had bigger majorities during the ACA.
No, but there was much bigger controversy, much bigger. And at the end of the day, we came together because, as I have said for years, I know I didn't get my way on all the things I cared about in that fight, and I know no one will in this fight. But we're going to put, just like we did with the ACA, I voted to put the most health care reform that we could pass on President Obama's desk, and we're going to vote to put as much transformative economic policy to improve people's lives that we can put on President Biden.
What are some of the things that have not made the list of this absolutely 100% needs to be on there?
Oh, I mean, we're not going through lists like that. I mean, at this point, we're talking about building consensus, making sure that we can figure out what are the key, major, most transformative programs that we can do that will bring people out of poverty, that will help people reach the middle class, and that will make sure that we can go home and talk about how we change people's lives like that.
And
voting on for all of this? Do you have an idea of the timeline?
We're focused on the here and now. We are going to work. I have the sense that we're going to work until we get this done.
But what have you agreed on?
Is there a vote today on the surface transportation reauthorization?
Well, it's expiring, so we're clearly going to have to take a vote to make sure that we continue it, so that we don't have layoffs and a lot of difficult challenges for the transportation system.
And are you guys going to meet later today?
I expect us to meet later.
What time?
This afternoon. What do you say? Did she give a time?
3 days. So I was like pre-writing my 5 days ago. Like, I was pretty sure that like they were service they could have but it was hard. So I think they might be willing to let that system. I mean, we'll see what happens. It is like 4,000 federal. That's the collateral that makes the rest of it bad.
Now it's actually lined up.
Yeah.
Hey, Laura. Hey, we just got DWS, who also did not tell us much about what exactly they're talking about, but she basically was just like, she compared the process here. I got the ACA out. It's actually interesting like that.
There was one mudslide in your shop? Is it getting on?
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Just let me
If
know.
I do,
Clearly, have to do something, which she didn't say.
it's all good. I got like the very, very end of it, but it wasn't much.
I had like the ear of the guy next to me when I started. I had a whole ear and like part of the thing with his glasses. I'm like, it's fine.
I started moving over more to you because her hair is going away.
Yeah.
It's hard trying to shoot with my mask on because my thing keeps fogging up sometimes.
Yeah, no kidding. The whole thing is a mess.
It's gonna be relevant, because I don't think there's gonna be a vote on everything today, so. I mean, I think we could have enough for a package depending on if things are not. We do have to but not, they're all yeah, for sure. I mean, it's kind of
Senate stands on recess, subject to the call of the
I'm sure she'll, I feel like she will. I feel like we'll have
So
a
maybe we're free of this after this. Maybe we're free of it after this.
you know? So I guess, I wonder what you think our plan should be, like, texting, like, maybe should cancel it later today, like, should we, like, stick out?
He would have talked to us. Some dude just walked by and making eye contact with every one of us. Okay, I think you want to talk to us.
Okay, I'm gonna try for a script earlier.
Sir, have you got a second? No, sorry. All right. Thank you for the honesty. We appreciate it.
Okay, cool. Sounds like we have a lot of sound, but just not a lot of.
We got like 4 really good votes. And a lot of like, we'll see as they walk away, or it's looking good, or, you know, we're family, we're family.
Like she said, we have a lot of sound, so not a lot of things.
Yeah.
Okay, well, probably, I think we should just stick around here for maybe like 20 minutes.
Clearly there's a message to say we're a family.
Okay. I mean, we have a lot of stuff.
Incoming. You ready?
Ma'am, have you got a second to talk to the camera?
Excuse me.
We cannot walk the hall.
Stay right there.
Please stay against the wall. Please stay against the wall.
Thank you.
Stay against the wall.
Excuse us. Thank you.
Ma'am, what kind of family discussion was it in there?
It was great. Could you hear all the applause and the laughter?
Did you get that?
Okay, these people.
I know.
He's gone.
What do you think she's doing?
She said something very important.
I have something very important to do with the president.
If the president comes here.
Indicated that we're going to vote today. I expect to vote today. And I expect that the bill will pass today.
Which bill? The stopgap on highway funding or the bipartisan infrastructure bill?
Bipartisan infrastructure agreement.
Is President Biden coming to the caucus later?
We haven't noticed the meeting yet.
Sir, a lot of members of your caucus have said they would vote against the bipartisan infrastructure bill if they did not have the Senate reconciliation bill that could see? What makes you think they're going to vote for it now?
If we bring a bill to the floor, that bill is going to pass. We're waiting for some more clarity from the Senate in terms of an ironclad agreement as it relates to doing the types of things that we all believe are necessary that are contained in the Build Back Better Act, which involve dealing with the climate crisis with the fierce urgency of now, greening our economy, making it more sustainable and resilient, investing in child care, making sure that we lower the high cost of life-saving prescription drugs, investing in dealing with the affordable housing crisis, making sure we extend out the child tax credit, which has decisively cut poverty in America. These are all incredibly important things to the American people. And we have to have some clarity, of course, from the Senate that we're on a path that is firm to get those things done. Hopefully, we'll get that clarity in the next hour or so.
You think you'll have it that soon? Because, I mean, you guys have been having these conversations now for quite a while. I mean, it just seems like it always comes down to the final, the final deadline.
Well, we've always shared the commitment to be able to both pass the bipartisan infrastructure agreement and the Build Back Better Act. There is no disagreement within the caucus about the importance of doing both. Those two planes are in the air. We're working on landing both of them, and I think we will.
What gives you confidence, though, that you'll have it in the next hour?
Well, I'm hopeful that we'll get some clarity within the next hour or so from the Senate as it relates to what they view as possible so we can decide what is acceptable.
Senator Sinema is gone home or left town. Do you think that that's problematic?
Well, she's in a medical.
Well, I mean, it probably would have been problematic in 1800 when we otherwise not have been able to reach it, but I certainly don't think it's problematic in 2021.
Congressman, what more can the president be doing to get this across the finish line? We have heard from some members who are frustrated, who feel like the president could possibly be doing more, even coming here today.
No, I think the White House and the administration has been very engaged throughout this process. They were involved in negotiating the bipartisan infrastructure agreement and the president's agenda in terms of the Build Back Better Act. Those are things such as investing in child care or home care or the enhanced and expanded child tax credit, greening the economy, making sure that we invest in our infrastructure in a resilient and sustainable way that President Biden talked about on the campaign trail as candidate Biden. So not only has he been engaged in this, a lot of these ideas were birthed by Joe Biden, and so he's entirely invested.
How would you respond to people who say that you guys look like you're having some factional disagreements, that some high tensions, emotions even, as a party, that you're sort of fighting each other to a certain extent, and that, the whole Democrats in disarray,
Yeah, the whole Democrats in disarray narrative is such a phony, silly narrative when you think about it. Democrats are a coalition. We are not a cult. We are incredibly diverse in every possible way. Racially, we've got the Congressional Black Caucus, the Congressional Hispanic Caucus, the Asian and Pacific Islander Caucus. In terms of gender, we've got more women serving in Congress right now than at almost any other point in American history. We embrace that. That's an amazing thing. More members of the LGBTQ community serving in Congress. That's the Equality Caucus than ever before. We're diverse in terms of religion. We're also diverse in terms of life experience. We've got veterans, we've got national security professionals, we have nurses, we have doctors. We've got probably far too many lawyers, but we've got lawyers. We've got everything in the House Democratic Caucus. And of course, also ideological.
But why wait till the 11th
And so,
hour to resolve
and of course,
it?
ideological. No one's waited until the 11th hour. We are still in the infancy of Joe Biden's presidency. And we've already done something of enormous significance, and that is the American Rescue Plan. And now we're working on something of enormous significance in the fall that relates to the infrastructure agreement and the Build Back Better Act. And so we're working through these issues, and I believe, as we always do, we're going to land the plane.
Does that mean the House will stay? Will the House stay next week to continue their work?
Last night, progressives were resolute
in their opposition to the bipartisan bill at this point. Has that shifted after this meeting this morning?
No, I think the dual track commitment is something that is shared by the entirety of the House Democratic Caucus. And we just need to understand that there's a commitment on the Senate side to do both in a meaningful and authentic way.
Have you gotten that?
And I hope that that's something that we will receive in the next hour or so. I know the negotiations have intensified, as has been pointed out over the last few days, and they continue. And you know, this has been it's September 30th in this place, so this is probably one of the longest days that I've ever had, because it's still September 30th, I think. And everyone is working incredibly hard.
Mr. Chairman, the White House has confirmed that Mr. Biden will come up and talk to you. What do you expect to hear from him? Why is this meeting necessary?
Well, I think, you know, when and if the president comes to the Hill, we look forward to hearing from him. He's the leader of the Democratic Party, the leader of the country, the leader of the free world.
Do you think he can help close the deal?
So I just want to make sure I get other people in
Were you
here.
waiting for a green light from the Senate? Did that come from Leader Schumer or, you know, since Senator Sinema's gone, we know that a lot of the negotiations have been between Sinema Manchin and then Leader Schumer's been involved. Who exactly is telling you guys that we're good to
Well,
go?
that's probably you know, a question better directed at Speaker Pelosi.
Do you expect him to come with a deal in hand to sell to you guys?
No, I have no expectations in terms of, I think everybody, when and if the president comes to the Hill, every single person is looking forward to hearing from President Joe Biden.
Are you guys
Thanks.
willing to bring the infrastructure bill to the floor even if it might fail? Like, or are you only going to bring it, maybe continue the legislative day, I don't know, whatever, till tomorrow? Are you only going to bring it if you have the votes?
When has Speaker Pelosi ever failed on a legislative initiative that she and the Democratic president strongly support? She didn't even fail when she had Republican presidents, including George Bush and most recently Donald Trump, with respect to the negotiations around NAFTA 2.0 or the U.S.-Mexico-Canada trade agreement, which everybody speculated we were not going to land the plane. That was with a Republican president. And active discussions between progressives and moderates about the best way to arrive at an agreement with the Trump administration. And so if folks think we're not going to arrive at an agreement with President Joe Biden and Senate Democrats, that's speculation that is not going to end in a good place.
But do you think by him being on the Hill, do you think he can close the deal?
I think we are going to close the deal, and we've maintained from the very beginning that we were going to close the deal. And looking forward to getting both the infrastructure agreement done as well as the Build Back Better Act done. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
She's out?
Yes, she's out. Closing with that one.
Thank you very much.
Yes, closing with that one.
Did she talk?
No, thank you. Okay. All right. I'll be up in a second.
I don't know for sure.
Okay.
It's probably time for you.
Yep.
Past couple times Trump did it was over there.
Okay, thanks, Bob.
Yep.
Here, so that's big. Don't think it changes school.
Yeah, we'll stay. But honestly, it's probably let me know if there's anything I can go grab you. I'm gonna send it.
So, if Trump comes, I mean Trump,
Ouch, my ears are burning.
if Biden comes, they can put us in the center hallway. They have before.
Yeah, they have before, right, to get him.
They might do.
Yeah. I got a touchdown.
You're gonna need some light for that spot.
Well, it's not that not so bad because you're in the dark. They are trying to compete with the white.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry?
So we're going to do a vote today on
Well, he's going to update.
He's coming. It just said he's coming. The White House just said he's coming. So the pool just said he's coming.
Awesome. I'm going to go back to this soon. Do you need me to bring you to
This was supposed to be an easy day.
Right?
That didn't happen.
Never does, I guess. At least it's not one of those boring days.
Use a little blank.
Do you guys mind if we scoot a little bit that way because of light?
And I will answer your question.
Yeah, no worries. That's great. Thank you.
There was a lot of poignant and emotional discussion in the caucus. There were a lot of important messages, but I think the most important message is that there is unity. And what are we doing? It's a simple sentence. We are adhering to and providing the American people with the completion of the Biden agenda. President Biden is now President of the United States. He argued vigorously for infrastructure repair that includes broadband, includes water, strong elements, union jobs. At the same time, he argued vigorously for an economy that has 40 million poor people. 19% of them are black, 17% are Hispanic, 8% of them are Asian, and 16% are under 18. We cannot leave them behind. We cannot leave poor people without federal Medicaid. We cannot leave them without pre-K, child care, and climate change response. So nothing has been decoupled. We moved from the passing of the rule to get to the INVEST Act, the bipartisan infrastructure bill, but we never decoupled or said we were separating from the Build Back. So if it was not ready on Monday, or not ready yesterday, or not ready today, then there is no way to move one without the other. Remember, this is the president's agenda, and the narrative is what we say and explain to our constituents, and we're darn good at explaining that to our constituents.
What was the speaker's message, and do you think any minds were changed?
Well, what I will say to you is the word that I use, unity, and I further use the word courage. That was my word. But the speaker was eloquent and brilliant in giving the chronological order of where we are today. So we are still waiting for the details of Build Back that goes along with a bipartisan infrastructure, and you have unity around those two. The only question that seems to be attracting headlines is, when are we doing it, or we're not doing it? We're in the middle of mashed potatoes or sausage making. That's what legislation is. Remember, we have a president who is now going down in history for success, and that is for the first time with major legislation above $1 trillion, above $2 trillion, and 3.5 is the number. to be able to provide for people who have always been sometimes in the back seat. And many of us know the terminology, in the back of the bus. We're getting them out of the back of the bus and putting them in the front.
Is that your message to the president when he comes today?
My message to the president is that this is seismic. This is without equal in terms of what you have put forward, what you said to the American people, and we want to stand with you for 2 bills. And we ask the other body, and the members of the other body in particular, to join with Leader Schumer, who is trying as well to promote the president's agenda. So my word to the president will be to stand steadfast, to continue to join the 2 recognitions of the needs of the American people, the infrastructure, the dams, the highways, the high-speed rail, and at the same time, don't leave 40 million plus union workers, families, women, who lost the most jobs in COVID-19, and I have reinterpreted the bill back to justice for women in America. Finally, they get justice. They get respect for being a child care worker, for being a caretaker of an elderly or a person who is in need physically because of not being able to take care of themselves. They get child care, I said already, they get pre-K, but they get health insurance. And they get a clean economy and nation. That has not happened before. That is like the Civil Rights Justice Act for women, who, by and large, are trying to get back into the workforce.
Yeah, it sounds like the House Democrats are mostly united on this. What are the things that are 100% going into the sausage as messy a process as it may be, and what are some of the things that haven't made it into the pan?
The sausage is still being made. We sent our bill, and it is comprehensive. It's 3.5 trillion. Get that number right. 3.5 trillion. And there's no fat. It is very lean. One of the great statements was the pay-fors. We have fully paid for it. So one would question any concerns in the Senate. It's fully paid for. And we don't dwell on the number because it's over 10 years. And we have more than 300 million people and 40 million poor people. So in essence, it is a real investment. And so what I would say to you, what's in it, is the things that 2 years free college tuition for community colleges. Most of the people in America, if my numbers are correct, have a high school education. No disrespect at all. But it is partly because of lack of access and opportunity. What a great country to be able to say that you have that access. You can work and you can be a welder and you can go to community college and or 2 years of college. So I think this is too catastrophic, too earth-shaking, too mind-boggling of a change to let it go.
Is there the possibility it may be split into 2 bills?
Oh, I can't even hear that representation. They are together. They represent America's deserving response to its needs. But more importantly, I'm not standing here for Sheila Jackson Lee. I'm standing here for Americans, many of them in the 18th Congressional District. I'm standing here that President Biden insisted as he ran and told the American people that I am the best for you today and for your future, and got the most votes historically of any presidential election. Does anybody remember that? Because people came out, they were hungry for change, and that's Joe Biden. This is his agenda. Decouple, not at all. Interested and open to options, but ready to move both of them together. They must go together.
When Joe Manchin puts forward a number 1.5 trillion, has he itemized anything he wants to cut from it, or is it just like he wants a lower number? Has he, like all the priorities you put forward, education, healthcare, has he talked about what he wants to cut from this bill?
It's interesting that you would say that. I'm hoping to engage with him in the next couple of hours. All that we have been seeing, I'll speak for myself, is a number. And if that is the case, then we are probably not in agreement. It'll be very difficult, very difficult.
Is Metro going to come here, or are some House delegates going to visit this?
Well, we won't divulge our methods, but I'm always a person that believes in engaging, and everyone. I have complimented the chair of the Congressional Black Caucus. I've complimented Stephanie Murphy. I've complimented Josh Gottheimer. I've complimented Pramila Jayapal. I'm the vice chair of the Progressive Caucus. I respect all of them. I've complimented people who say different things from me, not in disagreement, and I've complimented those who speak as I do. We are all going to get together. That was the call. Remember, I started with unity. The narrative is not disarray. It is unity. It is legislating. It's sausage making. It is victory. That's what we are going to get. There is no doubt. I have no doubt. I've been through this before. The Affordable Care Act, let me just give you this example because you all haven't been here. The Affordable Care Act, there was a man whose name will not be called, a member, who walked around the chambers until 4 a.m. in the morning, and the vote was on to finally get his vote. And I must say that was on the prescription Part D. Tom DeLay was the majority leader. And there was a person who walked around the chambers to not be spoken to as that person made the decision. I think it might have been casting the vote that caused us who opposed it to lose. That's sausage making. I've been here. This is joyful. I'm excited. I am really excited what I'll be able to get when the president signs these bills.
So obviously, Manchin's 1.5 number is not satisfactory to you all. But are y'all willing to come down from 3.5 trillion? Is there room for negotiation, or are y'all sticking to that and not willing to budge?
My friend, I am a seasoned legislator, and there's a lot of room for discussion, but there's not room for a door being closed. And so, as I indicated to you, there's a litany of vital parts of the Build Back Better Act coming from the President of the United States. I respect him as the leader of the Democratic Party, but his utmost responsibility is the leader of the American people. When I say the American people are clamoring, I'm telling you that the percentages of people wanting this bill is through the roof. And so I cannot, in good conscience, just stop at a certain number when I have to know what the impact of programs are going to be. And that may take us a little longer. You can't throw a number out, you know why? Excuse me, because you have to have pay-fors. And what happens if some programs that are so vital for people to live cost 2.4, 1.8, 2.9, 3.5? So I'm not going to negotiate against myself. My dear friend, Congresswoman Jayapal, said that we're not going to negotiate against ourselves, but we're going to listen. So we can't have a number that you throw down. This is not a throw down a number and we're ready to go, because in that comes the actual programs that have to fit, and we have to pay for it. You know, we have to be responsible leaders of government. And I've been waiting to say this to change the narrative. What are we trying to do as Democrats? Responsible leaders of government. And you can go home to your district, no matter what political leanings you have, and say to your district, I'm going to bring you home the Invest Act, and I'm going to bring you home the Build Back. Give me a little bit more time. And I hear you, but I want to make sure that you who want the Invest Act, but down the block, the little corner of my district, and I'm speaking generically, because everybody has poor people in that district by and large. Maybe two of them, but they're there, and they should not be diminished. And I'm going to tell the folk who want the Invest Act, you've got my favor and my vote, but you also know that I'm working to bring home the Build Back Better. That's the message we should take no matter where we are on the political scheme. And I will tell you, or lie, and I will tell you, having the experience, you will hear people respond accordingly. That's what I think we need to do.
And with your experience, how long might this take? I mean, we know obviously South Street is not fast. You guys do it carefully.
Well, let me just say that I want to compliment the President and his team. They've been working into the night. The President is astute. I think we're near. I think we're near. And I think that's the important point. We are near. And so if I don't want to put a time on this. We've already put an urgent time frame on this. We left this room with urgency, not with, I think I'll just take it slow. We left it with urgency.
What are you guys going to talk about in the afternoon session?
We're going to continue the issues of strategy and next steps. But we're doing things as we speak. Okay?
Thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
What about some of your colleagues suggested watering down some of the contents in the bill? Are you okay with that?
It's sausage making, but not ready to make any broad statements about that. There are too many important elements, and I do think we should not be suggesting that without engaging the President of the United States and his staff. Remember, this, as I said, this came from the President, including the Invest Act. This was his agenda to the American people. He won the election. He is the President. The big lie does not exist, and so I want to respect him and do that. I will also say to you that though the question has not been asked, I want to make sure that we have not forgotten the Haitians. Coming from Texas and having been to the border over the weekend, I am still working with the administration to find a responsible response to Haitians that do not include deporting them to Haiti, where children are being, according to the United Nations, sexually abused. So that is just something that I continue to work on and other members continue to work on because it makes a difference to us, and it's also indicative of what kind of country we are. The President is a humanitarian, and I know that his administration will follow him. And I want to acknowledge the Congressional Black Caucus Chairwoman Beatty, who has been engaged with this, as we have been with the White House, as Chairwoman Beatty, along with the other leaders. I'm an officer of the CBC and the CPC, but in any event, have been engaged in both the Build Back and the Invest Act. We are all working with our various groups to come to the appropriate end that is positive for the American people. And so on the issue that you did not raise, we're going to continue to work to find a humanitarian response to these individuals.
If we're on the topic of border issues, how hard is it to have immigration asylum topics heard in these meetings when the concerns are completely different for those that aren't from Texas like you?
Well, I think people should realize that immigration is a national issue, and they do. We know that there are at least the number that slips my mind, about 1.5 trillion that will come through real immigration reform. We know that Haitians are hard workers who love democracy. As other migrants have come because of disasters, they love democracy and they contribute to the economy of this country. When we get the majority of Americans knowing that and thinking that, we'll have an economy that'll be so vibrant, it'll be good for everyone. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
A few people's happy to see me.
There they are. There he is, your cohort.
Yeah.
Here and here.
I don't want to lie.
She's, yeah.
Casey said bring the jacket and say 3:30.
Jacqueline's up in the gallery. It's 3:30. He's sitting.
need more caffeine.
That's always good.
For the 3:30, are we gonna have a similar setup for where people can be?
So we're blocking all of this off. No one who's going to be in space will have to be behind Santos. Full camera loading, so this is what we full camera for us. And everything else.
Okay, cool. It's his fault. He has to deal with it. I'm not Thank you very much. Aaron, what's the latest?
I'm good.
Correct.
All right, I'm starting. As I'm running
To the mall. Still like all right, man. I think
This is no bueno.
I think no, they're gonna. No, it's good. Go. Just
Yeah.
expansion.
Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah.
I mean, you can move it up.
Yeah.
I think Stu should be here right now, actually, too. I mean, I don't know why he's not working today, or wasn't planning on it, but.
Yeah, he's already gone.
He's working apparently. He's looking for something. I'm not gonna give him. All right, man. I'll catch you later.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah.
You will. Where do you want the stool? I'll just put it in my trunk.
What?
I'll just put the stool in my trunk when I'm done.
No, it's Brenner's.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I told him. I asked him if it was okay.
Oh, cool. Thanks.
All right, man. Good luck.
Thank you.
Oh, there's Brian.
Thanks, Tom.
Yeah, you can just throw that stool out. Just back. You're right. Put it in my trunk.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. Tim's like, I gave it to Jim. I was like, please did.
Yeah, Tim did.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
See you, Jim.
Hey, boys, we good?
Well, I guess in theory, I can go in right up here in this corner, or is this taken?
Not to my knowledge. This is not a good spot for the walk back or the walk out, but that is. He'll be like 30 deep. Like,
No.
the walk out will be garbage.
Well, in theory, we only get almost right off here. We get a turn.
Sure. If there's remarks, I'm gonna play it safe because I'm by myself.
No way you talk.
Travel pool's gonna stay in the car.
No, they usually do. They've been fighting it.
Yeah, they'll come and sit in front of us.
Thankfully, it's not my problem.
No. No, it's not.
I have many problems. It's not my problem.
How's it going? How are you? Good, thank you.
Carolyn, can I help you?
No, not really.
Are you guys gonna move this camera?
Yes. John, yeah, hang on a second.
All right, go ahead. I didn't want to interrupt you, so I'll just wait.
It's only gonna be about 200 an hour though, if you keep talking.
That would destroy my weekend though.
That's just for the beer, right?
I mean, who's gonna stick around with him though? If he doesn't go home. That's the question.
He remains.
I'm at the White House tomorrow.
Oh.
It's gonna be a
At
long
this
day.
point, I would think he's gonna stay.
Thank you.
Somebody left a garbage here, which is kind of annoying. Are there any more? Do we have an extension? Because I need somebody to plug.
Oh, I have one back in my bag.
That'd be great too, because I need to plug in my phone
Yeah.
or something.
Sure, I got it from the race. So
Thank you.
plug it there. Yeah, give me 1 second.
Actually, sir, just get it if you need it. I'm gonna use a portable battery.
She seems to think that we need to be by the office of the CDC for this issues. They cancel this all. So I think it's most likely here. No. What's the rule for gallery? Oh, did you? Yeah. The current information is here. Jeff? Yeah. Yes, it is.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, we got stanchions. Now we
We might need to move at the time closer because the stanchions are right in front of me. Can't see if I'm standing.
Oh, you just stand up. We're gonna stand up.
Hey, man. It's been a minute, dude. You look good, man. Cut your hair. Well, I haven't seen you in a few months because you've been doing the top echelon shit, and I've been doing the dregs. I mean, look at Getty infringing already, man. He's already picking up bad habits. Infringing on it.
That's Tom Brady.
No, it's me. Joseph, my son.
I've got your stool. What? I've got a Getty stool. Here, just don't try to send it.
chance. No, I'm not gonna say it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
acceptable?
stand, get on my shoulder.
I give good back rubs. I doubt they'll let me be here, but. Shit. They'll let me be here.
Hey. So that wasn't your business, man.
Okay. You said it's not Ralph.
I'm gonna actually go to now. Do you mind if I use that? What's the story on here?
3:30 walk ride.
No, 1, 2, 3. We're not trying to speed. Where my stool is, but I don't want people to start putting stools in and all of a sudden I'm down here.
No.
Well, that stool wasn't there before.
Yeah, Jamie just.
I mean, if he wants to shoot over your head, that's fine.
Hold on, stand.
All right. 1, 2, 3. I guess Javen's not going to stop that.
This stanchion is a problem, dude. Sorry, mate. I'm in the cameras. There's a chance I may not sit down because this stanchion, depending on how they put up the ropes, just letting you know. Like, I may have to stand up, at least do this. So, I'll try to work with you this. I definitely don't want to.
I was gonna keep that for future since Aaron Scott's is just working anymore.
Yeah.
I was gonna keep it for life.
Oh, sure.
How about this? Come over here.
Where do you want to put it?
How about you stand up here on this?
I'm not gonna move this.
Can we decide later? Because I have to wait till the stanchions are up.
Sorry, what's happening?
So what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna be probably right with this, or someone can be right here and someone can be right there.
Okay. And then I was.
She put these up with the gallery in this section.
Okay. So we will left with Aaron's.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure he's coming this way.
Okay.
I feel confident.
All right. So yeah, definitely here because you want when you turn the corner is a direct shot.
Right. Exactly.
Well, they have to get something.
I think
So
are you gonna stand?
Direct shot. And then.
That's you, right, Mike?
Oh, yes.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
I just don't want people pulling bullshit with these stools.
Hey, you want to know which side you were at? So I was gonna walk down that way and see if you're there. Hey, Leah, did you see Scotty that way by any chance? What? Did you see Scott Applewhite by any chance?
Yes, exactly. This motherfucker.
Yeah, I don't know. Just call him. I got stools, so where does he want? Oh, sorry. What's up?
Hey. I don't like that
Cut down that side street and cross the
Yes, because there's a lifeguard, a lifeguard that allows you to turn right.
Yeah.
And then I turn left on, then I go turn right on Riggs and then left on that street that goes by Bridges. So that's, if I did North Capitol, it's a fucking disaster.
Oh, so you go down?
There's a street parallel, it faces, it dead ends in your school. Like if I kept driving, I would run right into your
You make that right across the bridge?
Yeah.
You make that first lap?
Yes.
And go past Bridges?
And that goes all the way to Union.
It's a little, because if you go on that road, that light people turn, you hit it 5 or 6 times. The way you
No,
do it.
the way I do it, you can literally drive until you get to Taylor, and then turn right on Taylor, and you're at North Capitol, and all that shit is on your right. You passed it all.
I've gone down that road, I never.
I got to Union in 9 minutes this morning. 9 minutes from my house. I would never go straight.
No, not North Capitol. This here, like this road,
you turn that? I can't see. Okay, so what I do is I cross, not a long furlong, further north. I cross in Madison. Then I go down, and then I turn right, and I go left. Not on Blair. Is this North Capitol? Yeah, this street here. Take this and I keep going.
If you take Blair this way, you're 5%.
No thanks.
This is not a
Yeah,
fun
no,
day.
I don't do that. I go here. That's the key. Yeah, it's much faster.
I put it here, take my kid to school. This way.
Okay.
Yesterday, when I tried to go this way,
I mean, it's busy up till here, and then after that it's dead. And then it gets busy at Yang again, and then it's, yeah, keep going. Keep going south. So you just keep going all the way. Yang, tail right there. And then you just go to North Capitol. In Florida, it's the worst.
Yeah, it's back up where you That's us right there. That one is us, Scott. So.
Why is it that? Because they're going to pull that out?
This is not staying. This setup is not staying. She said the pool camera is going to be head on there.
You're there, Tom. Yeah, where do you want?
How are you?
Good, how are you guys?
Good.
Hanging in there?
Yeah, we're here, right?
Trying to. I don't know if this is good news or bad news or.
It's bad news. It's always bad news.
More work than otherwise.
Do you want this? Or you got yours?
I'm just going to, I'll cover him hitting the turn here.
Yeah. Off in a better picture. Off.
Yep, that's perfect.
Hey, Scotty. Aaron Scott was me. I stole it.
I'm just going to make the turn, but I got to get out of this way.
Right, so where do you want to be?
For now, I'll just be here, I guess. You don't want to be down when they walk in.
That's true. Should I keep that spot?
Yeah, keep it.
All right. Okay.
So, like,
Walkouts. You know, nothing here. Unless he stops and talks. He won't, because there won't be anywhere.
Right, yeah.
well, just as long as the best light isn't.
Better than most of the rest of the Capitol.
Okay, this is, I still want to, I'm going to leave it down here for the time being.
Okay, I'm just thinking.
No, please do. Oh, yeah.
Where'd you get this school from? Where'd you get this school
It's a standard issue getting piano back.
Hey, Ken. How are you, man?
Good, how's it going?
Good to see you.
Likewise.
So you're moving the mic over?
Are you?
Yeah,
Yeah, you're moving it over.
yeah, everything is moved over there.